Hello, everyone. So, a few months ago, I realized that Halloween was actually close to coming up, and I did not know what to do as usual until I remembered that there is something that I wanted to do, and I watched a few videos. Now, since by the time I originally wanted to get a Halloween costume working, Spooky Month was kind of just around the corner. I am recording this on October 1st. It's time to shift into overdrive because I am paranoid and I don't want this project to not be finished by the time Halloween starts. Um, so basically, it all started quite a while ago when I was thinking up ideas for some sort of really nice but scary, unique, and complex idea for a Halloween costume. Now, I stumbled upon an image in the back of my mind that I got from watching the TikTok account of a guy that makes things called spirit walkers. Now, this dude's actually a really cool dude nonetheless. You should really check out his account. He has so many cool videos. Um, I'm partly saying this because I don't want him to kill me, because I used a few of his videos, or at least a few snippets of them, in one of mine. But I also saying it because he's an extremely creative and talented dude, and that's really what inspired me for this project, something like that. Now, as you could see, both of those were an extremely bulky kind of design, because so the one that looked more like a crocodile, that was called Ghoul. The one that looked like a thing from Ghibli Studio, that I believe was just called Spirit Walker. Um, I'm focusing on making something like Ghoul. Now, Ghoul is extremely complex from what I can tell. It uses a really expensive type of digigrade stilt, which I unfortunately do not have access to. So that is a problem. My pops just walked in. Anyway, um, I wanted to do something a bit more like the Ghoul design. Like I said, the stilts are extremely expensive, but I was originally thinking of using something like drywall stilts, but that wouldn't look right. I'll get to how I'll actually make them, because I haven't made the stilts yet, soon. But basically, I wanted to do something such as the Ghoul costume, but I wanted it to be much more of a sci-fi, more insect-like type of creature. Because whenever I do, it's my cat. Whenever I do like creatures and stuff, I always want to make them look relatively creepy. I want them to look stanky and bony and kind of like me, I guess. Um, yeah, and I decided to do something somewhat insectoid, and I wanted to come up with some sort of backstory for it, something that would make sense. Now, since I'm usually a creepy alien horror nerd, I would usually choose something like, oh, this is a creature, primitive animal-like creature that came from Jupiter's moon Europa and landed on Earth. And while that is one of my favorite backstories, I feel like it just didn't really fit this one, because Europa fits much more aquatic creatures, stuff that you would see with tendrils and fins, not legs and arms. And I eventually came up with an idea that I got from a YouTube channel that kind of got me into the genre of YouTube horror. Now, he is sadly deceased. I might actually make a video essay about him sometime. But his name was Corny Aliv, and he goes by the channel name Kasanatav, I believe is how you pronounce it. I don't know, I'm a bit behind on my Russian. I tried learning it for a while, but Duolingo is just the most soul-sucking grind of them all. So I did it for a bit over a year, and then I decided that it was quits. But that literally just translates to how to make in Russian. And he had these really cool videos about creating something called a homunculus, which was a thing in Russian alchemy where you would get your how do I put this, splooge, and you would inject said splooge into a chicken egg in an attempt to create a small human. Now, his creations, what I liked about them, they did not resemble small humans. They were more worm-like. They were creepier. When something resembles a human, I don't think it's that creepy because we're used to seeing each other. You're not used to seeing, well, creepy creatures such as that. I know the videos were fake. Sadly, it would have been really cool if they weren't, but also horribly terrifying. But I absolutely loved those videos, and it started giving me the actual inspiration to make a costume with the whole backstory that it was, instead of just simply doing something that's just splooge on an egg, it's using a whole bunch of different types of DNA with a few more complicated machines that a mad scientist somewhere out in Russia decided to combine these things, and he eventually made a creature that escaped from him. I want to use this costume eventually for a short film with one of my friends. I'll link his channel down below. That's just really all I'm going to say, because if I do eventually do something like that, I don't want to spoil anything. But I eventually settled on, it's a creature that was made by basically a mad scientist experimenting with some biology techniques, and he eventually created something that should have never seen the light of day. So that's really all I have for the main just idea and purpose of this whole thing. There were a few things that I was kind of sad about that I wouldn't be able to do. One of the main things was I would not be able to stand up in this if I used the stilts that I'm about to make. Because if I use drywall stilts, you could stand up in them, and I think I'd be around 8 foot tall with those stilts on, which is crazy. I lost the main schematic, but sorry, my dog is an extremely noisy drinker, which also brings up, you might be wondering where I am right now. This is in my house, but it's not in my bedroom. My bedroom is much too messy to record in. I'm a slob, and it's going to be a while before you see me doing anything in there. A few things I recorded before this, I actually did record in my room. It's just when I try to record in my room, I try to not get as much dirty stuff in there. Yeah, I'm not a very cleanly person a lot of the time. Yeah, anyway, that reminds me I should be looking at the camera. Basically, that's the main purpose and idea, like I said. And I am really excited to actually get to building this thing in its entirety. So I lost the schematic. I'll just read. Okay, yeah, now I found my train of thought. Jesus. I lost the schematic mainly, but I'll redraw it in Flip a Clip or something. And basically what it consists of is that there will be it will be me inside of a white skin suit that I searched for 2 Spirit Halloween stores and never found one. But basically, it will have a white skin suit over me, which is mainly for the aesthetics. But for the main build is that it will have crutches made out of PVC pipe. I have actually already built those. You guys might be angry if you didn't see it on camera. You did not really miss out on anything. A lot of the time we might have cut the PVC a bit too short, and we would have had to redo a lot. Sadly, not sadly, what am I talking about? Fortunately, we did not have to make any adjustments, or we did not screw anything up. So those crutches are now built. Main thing I'm just concerned about is that they don't have grip on the bottom, but for the stilts, they will. Now, they're not like crutches that you'll like see. Like when you think of crutches, you probably think of the ones that are like they go up to here, they have a little brace or something, and you hold a handle down here. No, the ones that I'm using are more like Walter Juniors from Breaking Bad. They pretty much go around here. They still allow you to articulate your arms instead of only using your shoulders. You actually use your elbows instead. That's going to make it look a whole lot more creepy. And, mosquito. It's going to make it look a whole lot more creepy, I hope. And I'll probably be able to move in this really creepy, stanky way eventually. Now, the crutches were pretty much a complete success. I can't really tell completely right now because I don't have everything else built up. But the stilts, I'm actually using real crutches for. I went to Savers with my mom not too long ago and picked up a pair of crutches for regular Seth. Welcome to guess how much I actually spent on that. Everyone's favorite game show. Now, in this, you go to the comments or fucking just lock the answers in your head if you want, and you tell me how much you think I spent on a pair of two completely good and nice crutches that have really never went through much use in their entire life. Lock your answers. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Yeah, I actually spent only $3 on those crutches. So yeah, there you go. I hope that was fun, I guess. As game shows Seth said, only $3 were actually spent on those, and that is incredibly beneficial for how little budget I actually have for this, because I'm actually trying to make this with not a whole lot of money right now, because a lot of the money that I have left over from my birthday, I want to actually get a nicer computer, because I've been gaming on a Mac this entire time and I can't run like any games with it, but that's besides the point. So I'm just trying to do this with a bit of a lower budget. So yeah, I'm gonna go check in on the teeth and eyes now. So Alright, so like I said, I've already worked on the teeth. It's time to start working on the eyes. Now, I'm mainly thinking the eyes are going to be some sort of bead. I'm not necessarily sure, but whatever it is, I'm hoping that it's going to work. With most of the clay modeling. Hello everyone, back again. So basically what I just did is I just threw those things directly into the oven. Not really sure what I'm gonna do now. I might do recording for previous parts of the videos that I should have already done, or I could go and play video games. Either way, I have a nice 25 or so minutes for me to just spend doing whatever the hell I want. So that's really it. I'll get back to you guys when the baking is done and when the painting is actually ready. All right. It's been a while since I've recorded something for the project update, but so far everything's going well. I've ordered my suit. I am gonna have it arrive actually really soon, sometime around Thursday or Friday. At least that's what it says in the website. I know sometimes it can be really late, a little late, or just sometimes even early, but either way, I'm hoping it's going to get here really soon. I do have all of the teeth and eyes now completely finished. They are nice, they're strong, they're in good quality clay. My next step is to be painting them and gluing them onto the actual suit. I've taken a bit of a break from the more mechanical design steps, and I have moved on to a bit more of the aesthetic ones, since now that the suit's coming, I can start working on that. I was planning to paint the teeth, eyes, and mouth part today. That's not gonna happen. It's a Wednesday. I don't like working and stuff on Wednesdays. Chances are I'll probably be doing it tomorrow. My dad's got a vast assortment of paints, and really, I just have to ask to use them, and if he lets me, I'll have perfect colors for more fleshy colors, ivory colors for the teeth, and definitely some nice black shiny bits for these eyes. Um, that's really all I have for right now. Yeah. We now have a fresh batch of eyes. So, it finally came. This is my morph suit now. It does actually work pretty well. I can't really complain, but complain is what I'm going to do. There are a few main problems with this. First of all, as you would imagine, it is actually decently hard to see through this thing. I have seen through cotton shirts better than I have seen through this spandex suit. And also, one of the biggest problems is that it like squishes your eyelashes and nose in. It's pretty uncomfortable, and grabbing it is a bit of a challenge to just readjust. But hey, I really can't complain. Jesus Christ. So, yeah. Another problem is there is a logo on the back of this thing. I hate the fact that this thing has a logo on it. I'm probably going to cover it up with excess fabric, something like that. But I just don't like the logo. It really sucks. Same thing with the blood. I'll probably paint over that to a degree. I bought this one because, hey, it's going to look bloodied up either way. It's like a monster that's like fucking killed shit, so that's probably what I'm going to do. But other than that, this is actually a pretty fine. It's not horrible. I'm probably just going to spend tonight painting and gluing the pieces on. One of the problems that I have really been dreading throughout this whole thing is I don't know how I'm going to put the pieces on here, because normally the way I would do it is I would hot glue them and stick them on. But I don't really have a mannequin head, and that would really hurt because hot glue is hot. And if I take it off, then the spandex will shrink, and it won't actually look the way it's supposed to. It's something that I'm gonna have to be like, we'll cross that bridge when I get there. I would love to like mark down spaces where the teeth would go. I'm not necessarily sure. That would be hard to do, and I'd have to record it or like do it in a mirror or something. But other than that, so far, I gotta say this project is going good. The only thing that I am now scared of is actually getting the legs finished. That's the part that I'm really scared of. Because today, like I said, I'm probably just gonna stay up doing the details. I am absolutely in fear of having the stilts and crutches done in time. Because while it seems like it would be easy, I don't know. I'm hoping to visit my grandpa's tomorrow so we can actually like get a few of these things actually pasted on. He said like he's willing to help me with it. I texted him not too long ago. But yeah, hopefully y'all will be able to see the design process of those tomorrow. Yeah. Alright, so I got these crutches from Savers for like $3. They're really nice. Thrifting was an amazing option because it's actually extremely cheap. They work really well. I could kind of creep around in them. Definitely do some more animalistic movements with them. Now, these aren't actually what I'm planning to be using. If I was actually using them, I'd probably be doing it a bit more like this. Now, if I actually wanted to do that, I could run down to Savers and grab another pair. They're really cheap, but I don't think that's necessary. It is a Hail Mary, though. These are made out of really nice machined aluminum. It's durable, it works really well. As of right now, I'm actually planning to turn these into the leg stilts by putting them more like this. Now, it's not really strapped or secured right now, but that's really the better idea that I have. Yeah, definitely a bit of an ankle breaker right now. We'll have to really see. I'll have to practice walking again. It's gonna take a while, and I'm only realizing how quickly Halloween's actually coming up. So I'm really gonna have to make the most of the time that I actually have right now. The next thing you'll see me doing on camera will probably be the painting or the crafting of these into actual stilts.